Hello, and welcome back to the Tractor Shed Bros channel. In this episode, Walt stares at a tree, whilst I show you how to keep bees buzzing on your farm. He tells me he got stung in the mouth one harvest. I think that's why he's mute. So Walter tells me we need a beehive to get started. To the shop. So we have these to choose from, ranging from small to large hives. So, under others, if we scroll down to others, and then scroll across to construction, we want to be heading down to animals, and then up across to the bees. I recommend using a large hive if your budget allows, as you will produce more honey. Once you purchase the hive and place it on your farm, the bees automatically arrive with the hive. So unlike other animals, you don't have to purchase them separately. Who doesn't like a good freebie? So I'm going to purchase Farmland 13 with canola on it, and I'll explain why once we've bought it. So let's buy that from David. £105,816. Let's go. And let's go and visit. And here we go. So we've got a yield bonus of 97%, 100% fertilised. I'm liking it. Okay, so we are going to place our large beehives around the edge of the field. So you can have multiple beehives scattered around your farm. So we've got this field here. I'm going to select the large beehive, and if you want to get rid of the £5 at the end of the 3,000 there, or when you move it, £3, £5, just go to toggle free mode off and put it on, and then you'll only get charged the £3,000 that you are supposed to pay. So let's have a look for a little space on the perimeter of the field that isn't going to get in the way of the crops. And also we've got to remember that we are going to want to harvest the field, so we need space for the combine to get through. So let's place one here, and we'll go for another one over here. These are going to be nicely out of the way, and the combine's not going to be bumping into them. And we'll do one more. You can have as many hives as you want, and the more hives you have, the more honey you will produce. Let's have one more here. Excellent. So we've got 4 large hives scattered on that edge of the farm. The reason for having the beehives so close to your fields is that the bees don't just produce honey. That's going to make you a great passive income. However, they also pollinate your fields. So if you've got these 3 different plant types, canola or potatoes, they will produce you a 2.5% yield bonus. So that's going to potentially make you that little bit extra when you go to harvest. And if you've got sunflowers, they'll give you an extra yield bonus of 5%, so even more of a yield bonus. So they're very little maintenance, they're nice and easy. They look quite good on the farm, and they're a great way to make a passive income. The larger the hive, the more radius the bees will cover of your field. So this is a small to medium sized field, but 4 hives should be plenty. But you can space them out even better than I have. This is just for demonstration purposes to show you. Now we want to place a pallet station down on the farm. This is located next to the hive we just purchased. So if we open the menu back up, and here's the hive we just purchased, and next to it we have our pallet location. So you only need one of these. You can have as many beehives as you want. The more beehives, the more honey, but it will all just spawn to one pallet point station. So let's select it, £200. Let's get rid of the £6 by toggle free mode on, and let's pick a location where we can get to it comfortably using the tractor and the front loader and the pallet fork. So I'm going to say at the entrance here, just for demonstration purposes. Let's have it as we enter the farm. And we've got to be on our land, so let's go here and see what it looks like. And there we go. That is where our honey is going to spawn to. Once placed, we can just sit back and watch our honey grow. A great way to make a passive income. Whilst you attend to your production chains or your greenhouses, or even work a contract. Walt's been buzzing to tell you a joke. Where do farmers get their medicine from? The pharmacist. I think Lloyd's been giving Grumps too much caffeine for breakfast. Let's speed up the time and check on our honey in the morning. Morning, Grumps. I might be able to slip you some honey in your tea later. Definitely no caffeine for you today, though. I caught you sleepwalking at 2 o'clock in the morning. I thought it was a ghost. So here we go, the moment of truth. Have we produced our first bit of honey? Now it does take a little bit of time to get a full pallet load. There we go. So as you can see, we have 125 litres of honey, and to fill the pallet we want 1,000 litres of honey. So what I'll do is I'll sleep right through until we have a full pallet of honey to show you. So here we go, we have our first pallet of honey. Now that's a full pallet of honey, 1,000 litres, and it weighs 165 kilograms. So they're not that heavy for when we move them with the tractor, the front loader and the pallet fork. As you can see next to it, the new one has started to spawn. We've got 160 litres already in this pallet. Excellent. Now we just need transportation to take this pallet to go and sell it. And here she is, a lovely little Fergie. If she ain't red, keep her in the shed. I have chosen the Massey Ferguson, and it's under category small tractors. And if you scroll down to the Massey Ferguson 5S, and they're not a bad price. and you can get up to 130 horsepower, and they're a really good front loader tractor because they've got a nice low pin bonnet and a great clear cab, and they're small enough to get into areas that might be tricky if you've got a small farm or a tight farm to maneuver around in. And you can only choose one front loader, and that's the Quickie. So I will just show you the front loader that I chose, and that is the Q6M. As you can see there, it says 120 horsepower, so that's the one I went for. And if you go to customize, it'll give you the options of all of the different attachments for that front loader, and I went for the all but pallet forks. But if you want to look for the pallet forks, they are just in this category here under front loader tools. There we are. So you don't need a weight block for the honey because it doesn't weigh that much. You can get away with no weight block. Okay, let's head to the farm. It's also got a really nice smooth CVT box, so it goes through the gears really nicely, and this is really handy when you're trying to move pallets, especially if it's uneven. Let us know in the comments what your favourite brand of tractor is, or agricultural machinery. It doesn't have to be a tractor. We all know I'm partial to a deer. School bus at 12:15. They're late. Okay, so to the left here, we have our farm. So we'll have to turn in. Okay, so we have our pallet of honey just in front. Let's collect it up. Check what my times are. So easy in the long grass. There we go. We can collect up. Take a look at where we can sell our honey. So in the prices category, so you have your honey, and then if we scroll over, we have the farmer's market, we have the restaurant, and we have the small farmer's kiosk. You can buy honey from the warehouse, but it would cost you £2,592 per 1,000 litre pallet. we're going to head to the farmer's market for this demonstration. So you can click on the icon, and then if you go to your map, it will show you with a flashing icon indicator as shown here where to go. And that's exactly where we need to be. So we can just follow the track now all the way down. So if we head out of this road and follow it round, we'll go straight to it. I wonder if Walt knows him. Okay, so if we turn in to the farmer's market, this is where we will be placing our honey pallet to sell the honey. Let's lower it down and then we can reverse out. And there we go. We have our sale of honey on the top right corner of £1,641 for one pallet. If we just check our prices, so at the moment they're currently on a dip. The lowest month will be September, so next month, and then it will start to gradually climb all the way up to February, and then March is your best time at your highest price to sell each pallet of honey. So you're almost getting £2,000 per pallet, and you can bring as many pallets as you want here. And finally, you can take your honey to one of these buildings, a cereal factory. Now, I've bought this field, I've laid the asphalt down, and I've placed the cereal factory on it. And as you can see, as one of the active ingredients, it requires honey to produce the cereals. So this is where you would place your honey, and it's only one of the materials to make the cereals. We go on to manage production point. As you can see on the right hand side, it's saying 0 litres, and you can have 22,000 litres, so 22 pallets to max out this machine, and then you can add all of the other active ingredients as well. And if you see, all of the ingredients here are the same, so honey would be required. So that's just another way of making your honey earn you more money by using this as a production chain for cereal. Well, Grumps, we've had a fantastic day. We've learnt a lot and had fun along the journey. Shame about Lloyd. He's still in bed, the lazy toad. And on that note, thanks for watching.
I love this tree.